there it is. It's Wednesday night. It means one thing here at OCR TV. We're bringing you the SCRS series. SCRS. The Ferrari GT3 Challenge. You're only going to find it here. We're glad you decided to watch. We got race number 1 and 2. We got myself. We got Morse in the booth. How you doing, Morse?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, it looks like we're just in time to catch him grid. I don't know about you, Morse. Feeling pretty good about tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of these rovals, we'll call it, but I don't think we're gonna have the same craziness maybe we saw at Kansas or Daytona, because it's a little more technical, a little more in-court, in-track corners, you know, not just a couple like we saw at Kansas. So I expect them to maybe get a little more strung out, but still gonna be fast up front, I'm sure.
Well, standing start for race 1 of 2. That's right, folks. 2 races tonight. 2 races every time. Sounds like they're tacking them up, maybe? No, not yet. Waiting for one more car to smack that grid. But,
Always a straggler.
surprising, as we were talking about it just before we came live, for the first time since I can remember, Justin Richardson not on pole for tonight's race. But his teammate Tisdale is. So the mean the mean green machine's taking over tonight. At least for race number 1. Keep in mind we have an inverted field for race number 2. So that may...
I believe we're actually waiting on the pole sitter, are we not?
It appears that is the case.
There he is, yep. Okay.
Speak of the devil.
Better late than never. Here come the revs.
They're tacked out, Morris. Green's out.
We're away.
A little bit of skid mark.
Pole sitter did not get a good jump.
No, but Kurt Crum did. Pulling it from 3rd to 2nd, right out of the gate.
The green machines there.
We're gonna keep an eye on this right here, because this is gonna be an exciting battle. Race 1 and 2. We're gonna keep you with the zoomed out view for now, so you can see everything. But
yeah, this was a tough one to kind of anticipate, because this track is a little difficult with it's missing a few braking markers, but looks like so far everyone's strung out, so I think you'll be able to clearly determine where you need to be.
Indeed. Well, we got Richardson. He's out front. We got Kurt Crum in Kurt's cab. He's rocking P2 position right now. Tisdale has fallen back to 3rd. Here on lap 1, Eric Mickey 4th, and the Rainbow Kitty Cat Love Puff car, Matthew St. Germain, rounding out your top 5.
This is where we're going to see what this draft has in store for us here, Wendell. See if we can maybe suck up a little bit. I don't think there's going to be enough lap to actually get enough draft on these guys. I don't think they create enough, as we're talking about in the other practice room, there enough downforce, maybe an air wake behind it to even matter. So.
Yeah, definitely nothing like Daytona. We got Kurt Crum. He's already looking to challenge the leader here. He doesn't want to waste any time with it.
Same story, different week here, isn't it? These two stuck together again.
I think the good news for Tisdale there is going to be that he doesn't have a whole bunch of cars in front of him. So maybe his luck turns around tonight. He's been plagued by contact issues with other people throughout the field.
Already flashing Kurt. I don't think that's going to work. I'll be trying to play little mind games there, Wendell, but typically a little early for that to happen.
Yeah, I would say that's probably going to be the only way. So if he maybe freaks him out a little bit.
Now, if you notice too, this isn't like the NASCAR boys. You won't see them probably. I mean, unless something goes wrong, you won't see them rim riding. So.
No.
Man, they're selling those things in turn 1.
Richardson way out of shape. Kurt Crum is as well.
I think it maybe caught Kurt off guard with Justin going off.
But yeah, Crum and Richardson going to lose 2 positions. Richardson going to lose 3. Eric, Mickey, and Tisdale able to to capitalize on that.
Little monkey see, monkey do there, maybe.
And I can hear Eric Mickey inside the car right now. What the hell?
I'll take those.
But new leader.
Yeah, now there's no one in front of him, Wendell, so he's looking pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, just overcooked that one, didn't he? And Kurt, I think, like you mentioned, I think Kurt just kind of maybe misjudged that because of what's happening in front of him. As we've done it ourselves. Even on an oval race, you see the guy hit the wall in front of you, and then you end up hitting the wall. So.
Oh, I typically just follow the guy where he hits the wall, I hit the wall. He hits a car, I hit the car. It's.
You just assume the guy in front of you knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah, assumptions and whatnot. But while I'm thinking about it more, so let's look at these points. We got the amateur points on the screen right now. Jonathan DeCouger. Fuck, I forgot to write that down. We got JD. He's leading the amateur points right now. I think it's DeCoucher.
I think so.
Pretty sure that's what it was.
Got Eric Mickey looking up the inside of Tisdale. Not gonna have the preferred spot on that one. AM points, we should go ahead and mention this too. AM points look a little more blown out than they probably are because drop weeks, actually pro points as well. None of the drop weeks have been put in. So while it looks like guys have commanding leads, it's not actually, it's not that blown out.
Fully accurate. The battle right now is Eric Mickey and Tisdale.
And those things slung out through that corner. Maybe a little overcooked in the corner there.
Eric trying to get that little Looks
like he was looking for maybe Jimmy Johnson Martinsville corner there.
He is going to have the run on him. Coming into NASCAR 3. And Eric,
what you can do there.
Yeah, Eric Mickey, no stranger to the ovals. He does take the lead from Tisdale there.
He's going to get his fill of Homestead here in a couple weeks. Tisdale on the outside. That's a bold move. Oh, and he's going to get in the grass.
Tisdale repeating teammates. The same thing his teammate did there. Yeah, runs off in the grass a little bit, but we got a new leader.
It's like, great, Kurt's behind me.
Yeah, new leader, Eric Mickle. Yeah, not only is Kurt behind him, but he's got Richardson behind Kurt. So, one little tiny mistake here, and that's going to go bye-bye. Yeah,
apparently it's pretty easy to do tonight. So
back to the points. We got Butch riding P2 in the points right now. Thomas Fredericks, Joe Darsky, and Brian Son rounding out your top 5. Looking over at the pro points real quick. Richardson out front, but not by a very large margin. 10 points separating him and Eric Mickey here. And if Eric can hang on to finish ahead of Kurt, that'll help him out a little bit.
Yeah, because, well, I think we've mentioned it week in, week out. Race 1 has usually been Justin's forte. He's kind of gotten the pole, set the pace, and won. Race 2 is what's kind of been hurting him, whereas Eric, he's put together a couple good weeks of just solid finishes in both race 1 and 2. So sometimes the win hurts you more than it helps you.
We also have Kurt Crum sitting 3rd, Antoine Tisdale 4th, and Matthew St. Germain rounding out your top 5 there and your pro points. But as Moore said, without the drop weeks inserted, the numbers are potentially inflated.
Yeah, some of those guys haven't even ran all the races either, so that's what, without the drop weeks, that really blows it out. So. Especially with Peter Short not here. Come on, Peter. Come on.
Peter!
Like you're racing for a championship in another league or something.
Or something. 2 of them at that.
Yeah, trying to sweep all 4 from what I hear. Speaking of sweeping, no one's sweeping the floor with these guys yet. Still pretty much lockstep together as the 2 green machines back there. A little bit off of Kurt and Eric now, but I'm sure they're probably going to maybe work a draft package together or do something.
Yeah, no, I believe that's how they were able to take 1-2 through qualifying, working together through that Q session.
Well, teammates help, Ooh, Kurt maybe misjudges that a little bit behind Eric. Gonna box up Justin a little bit. It's gonna allow Tisdale through.
It did, yeah. I think Justin did the same thing Kurt did a minute ago and reacted off of the car in front of him.
I mean, it's such a I don't even know the word. It's not pivotal, but it's such a awkward corner because you're carrying so much speed down into that corner that any mistake and you just don't have any room to recover from it. You kind of end up in the grass that we've seen, or just have to pretty much just stop. So a little different than what we've seen the past couple weeks with kind of no leeway for mistakes. That's what we like. All that pressure, Wendell.
True. It's very true. As we roll bar with Justin Richardson here. I want to say the top 8 pretty much separated by no more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, kind of just hovering around. You got your top 3 AM guys all under a blanket right here too, with Fredericks, Bernie, and JD. So that's your top AM battle.
Indeed, as we're now on board with the Hoosier.
Got Justin off of the grass again, turn 1, gets it back on though.
Yeah, but he now has a rear bumper full of Saint Germain and the Rainbow Kitty Cat Love Puff car.
It's gonna
the Ferrari.
Yeah, the Ferrari. I feel like we need a sound effect for that now.
It's so good. I love that paint, man. It's great.
It stands out for sure.
I showed it to a few of the lady friends, and they love it too. In any event, Saint Germain running P5 right now overall. Right behind him, we got the amateur. We use that term, well, not very loosely. We got Thomas Fredrickson, the 32 Yingling Ferrari. Yeah, step back through the field. So we got Shepard back here in the 49. We got Thomas Mrazek. I've been practicing that name, folks. But he's riding P10 right now. We got Dan Garber back here in the 33 Red Bull machine. Then we got Andrew Milka. He's rocking the 86 car. Late shower and probably one of my favorite paints, Travis Bennett in the Raybrig Ferrari. And we got
came in very late there.
Yeah, we got Hall back here, and then also amateur Jodarski. Looks like he is sitting on pit road right now.
He found some trouble there. I think he was behind Brian Song, and I went to go look it up. He just got loose behind him and pounded the wall. So tough night for him.
Rather unfortunate. A uncharacteristic race for Justin Richardson right now. He's running P4. We're not used to seeing him do that in race number 1.
He's made mistakes, but he's within striking distance of these guys because it's been hot and heavy the past couple laps between these top 3. So
very true. As we're working what's going to be lap 10 of 17 to the line. Still got enough time to get up there and battle.
And there's no stranger of contact between that yellow and green car either, so I'm keep an eye on that. They've been told to be on their best behavior, though.
Yeah, as they almost made a little tiny bit there. We have more side. I think you hit the nail on the head there. The amount of speed that you carry down into that hard braking zone. I think it's a recipe for, well, big bada booms.
Especially with this car because it has ABS. Maybe last season's car, not so much because you couldn't just bury it in the corner because you'd lock the front tires up. But this year with ABS, you can just bury that thing in the corner. So.
Well, literally the top 3 as Tisdale takes a peek again.
Just showing the old nose there.
Yeah, the top 3 here, less than 1 second separating them.
We got Justin and Matthew St. Germain not too far behind him there. Got a little gap over the next guys. Looks like Fredericks may have had a little mistake there because he went from leading the AMs to behind them now.
Indeed. He just wanted to make sure that JD got a bigger lead in the points. Frederick's a very giving guy.
It's another victim of turn 1, so definitely.
As Eric Mickey gets passed by Kurt Carr, almost gets past.
Ooh, he's still in the position there, though.
Still there.
I think Kurt's going to get it, though.
Kurt does clear the 84 car there, but Tisdale right behind Eric, he's looking to capitalize as well.
I'm sure as our viewers have seen, this is a very, very interesting roval. It's not like the typical. You've got a lot of tight corners, a lot of actually camber in some of the corners to help you, so it's kind of odd.
Tisdale going to try the break and move right here, and does.
Not going to be able to get the power down, though.
He gets in there pretty clean. He's got his nose there.
I think if he can hold it.
No, I think Mickey's going to have the run off just enough.
We might get a little draft, though, to get in there. I don't know. That was a good shot, though. I'm sure we'll put that one in the memory banks and try it again.
Yeah, and you know, for about a half a lap there, all 5 of these guys were within a second and a half of each other.
It's like they're in a fixed setup or something.
Looks like they all made it through turn 1 safely that time. But Tisdale just all over the back bumper of that 84.
I think he's got the speed, he just can't get the pass made. Story of my life.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't have the speed, so. Tell you what, it slowly brought Justin and St. Germain back into this. I mean, you know, we haven't heard much from St. Germain, just coming back there. I guess you'd say stalking these guys, but he's right there, ready to pounce.
Hey, you know, sometimes it's best to just hang out for a minute, see what happens.
Well, we've seen how easy it is to miss a corner, so.
Especially turn 1. It's, yeah.
Thought Kurt may have been trying to stretch it a little bit there, but Eric's still right there with him as he, as they both drop wheels in the grass.
When almost contact between teammates there, the 470 and the 1 car.
When there was contact between Thomas Fredericks, who lost control going into turn 1, slid through the grass and just speared Bernie out of nowhere. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's rather unfortunate.
Nothing you can do at that point. The car just kind of actually wasn't that bad of a hit on Bernie, but it could have been much worse. That's a tough break for both those guys, though.
Oh, Thomas, we got speak of the devil. I swear you say his name twice and he appears. We got Peter Short in chat. He says, "Evening, fellers. He's on the road to Austin for Thanksgiving. Give me a Radio Lamar quality call."
Oh well, I don't have that the Radio Lamar like gusto to do that.
And unfortunately, I have no idea what that is. So.
Oh, it's the best broadcasting team in all of sports, Wendell.
Oh, so like in the next corner we just go go for like 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, better than that.
Oh well.
I mean, they commentate on 24-hour races live, commercial free, and brought to you free. So. They do work in shifts, so I mean, it's not like they talk for 24 hours, but still, some of the best in auto racing. How about that? Not in all of sports, but auto racing.
I was gonna say after 2 hours, I'm beat.
Yeah, I can't imagine how they do it. I mean, my voice would not last 4 hours, let alone I think they're working about 6-hour shifts sometimes.
Jesus. Well, Peter.
But hey, we're not them. So.
Yeah. Glad you decided to grace us with your presence here in chat. Hope your travels are safe and your belly is full this week. And yeah, looking forward to getting him back on the broadcast. I believe Sunday night.
Sunday.
Yes, sir.
At Phoenix.
But looks like we're about evenly stretched out here with these guys. Kurt Crum leading. Eric Mickey sitting P2, a.k.a. the Milka. Antoine Tisdale with teammate Justin Richardson. That's your 3rd and 4th place cars. And looks like Kurt Crum has disappeared.
Uh-oh. Guess you should have got that other internet package window. Oh, there he is.
Oh, where'd he go?
And he's gone. Ooh, his quality's down to about 56 is what I'm showing on the iRacing server, so.
Well, he's there, but he's not. There he is. There we go.
Get
Kurt
another
Crumb's back.
gerbil on that wheel there, Kurt.
Too much checkerboard on that checkerboard taxi cab.
Oh.
But welcome back, Kurt Crumb.
You know, luckily, sometimes when you do that, you blink back in about 2 seconds behind everyone, which would put you pretty much flipped over in the pack. So
Yeah, you don't want any of that tonight.
you mentioned they just kind of stretched out. I'm wondering if they're maybe kind of formulating a plan here, because it looks like everyone's just kind of riding to see where can I make that move, what can I get done.
Well, we're gonna be 2 to go here at the line, and
selling in there clearly is not working. So.
You know, and we're looking at the gap here on time and the scoring. They are all about a half a second off of each other.
I'm not a betting man here. Clearly I am, but these top 3, I think they got something planned here. I just can't get over how fast they go into turn 1. Get the right camera angle, it looks like a F1 car coming in there. Which should be really fun for race 2, Wendell.
Yeah, unfortunately, and it's quite disappointing, and I apologize for that. We didn't have enough time to get you some better quality cameras tonight. It's one of those
tough track to get cameras on too, though, because you have low walls around the whole track. So.
It was one of those run what you brung situations.
Well, they've made up for it for the on-track action. We've caught most of that with, let's say, decent angles.
Ooh, as Tisdale blows the corner there, allows Richardson to get underneath him.
I'm sure Eric wanted to see that because it takes a little pressure off of Eric. He can maybe think about what to do with Kurt here.
I don't know. Looks like these two might hook up. You know, Morris.
Well, we know
2 cars
are
faster
don't want a
than
bump
one.
draft.
No, you definitely.
Circa Corey Bunch on that one. I just didn't know, Wendell. I just didn't know.
I just didn't know. You know, it's a Ferrari. It's fine though. It's fine.
Eric sailed it into one that time. See if he can make something happen.
Oh, and Saint Germain. Just, oh my God. He came into one and it was just, it hooked left and it was just out of control.
That was what Fredericks did, but just 1,000 times.
And unfortunately, nothing he could do about it. And I believe that took out, points leader Justin Richardson after that.
He did apologize, I would say, immediately. He was like, I am so sorry. But you're right, once it happens, that's it. I mean, you can't stop it.
That entry speed is so high that...
Oh, when that thing gets in the grass, it goes even faster, too. So.
That is...
That's breaking for both those guys, really. Especially Justin. He just got by his teammate again and then just speared out of nowhere. And you don't see it coming.
No, you can't.
Next thing you know, you're just BAM! 4X. Drama in this one, but Kurt's going to bring home the win.
It looks like Kurt Crum going to be your race 1 winner. Winner. Chicken dinner.
Eric Mika bringing her home P2.
He did indeed. Antoine Tisdale going to round out the podium for race number 1. JD, the amateur points leader, and going to improve that gap. He finishes 4th overall. St. Germain 5th, Bernie 6th, Brian Sawn 7th, and Richardson going to finish 8th. Thomas Fredericks 9th, Shepard 10th, Mrazek, Mickey, Hall, Garber, Bennett, and amateur Joe Darsky going to round out the rest of your field.
You know what's really, let's just use the word, shitty for Richardson? Look where he finished, and look how many cars are in the field. A little quick inversion of 16 cars, and you finished 8th.
Now, there's silver lining. Okay, Richardson is normally used to starting shotgun Charlie.
True.
Or tailgun Charlie, whatever the hell it is. This week he's going to be starting mid-pack, so he's going to have less stuff to worry about coming through the field.
I don't know. That turn 1 on a rolling start is going to be a little touchy.
It's going to be brutal.
Because it's not the standing start, they didn't have quite the speed, but a rolling start, I don't know. It's like JD's burning her down there.
Yeah, that's JD, your amateur winner.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not seeing a whole lot of names popping on Team I mean, TeamSpeak. Well, Discord here.
No, maybe we're not going to talk to him.
We have our AM winner.
Well, hell, let's get him in here.
Bam.
Just snatch and grab. We got the amateur class winner, 4th overall, race number 1. 4th overall in the 4-car, DeCousier. Is that right? It's DeCousier, right?
DeCousier, yeah, that's right.
Nailed it! Yes.
And you didn't even write it down.
Not this week.
No.
But JD taking home for the amateur class, race win and race number 1. Tell us a little bit about your race, bud.
Start of the night, I wasn't so confident with this track. That first corner coming off the front straight, as you saw, caught a few guys out. And I was kind of just taking it easy. I was pretty happy to ride around behind Fredericks, and I forget the other guy's name. And Fredericks made a little mistake, opened the door for us, and we kind of bumped through. And a few laps later, I think he hit that curb in T1. I was far enough back, I seen him go off my mirror. I was able to look over my shoulder and get on the brakes as he come across the grass, but that kind of got handed to me, that one.
Yeah, we kind of saw that all night. Turn 1 was a little tricky for some guys. Was it just the amount of speed you guys were carrying in?
I think for me, it's the amount of speed and then trying to brake a little bit, knowing that first corner is coming up down to, what are we doing, 2nd gear there. And if you're braking going in there wrong, it just, the arse of that car just wants to come around on you. So yeah, just got lucky.
I wouldn't say lucky. I mean, you kept the car clean, as we saw. We know that was harder than expected for some people.
Yeah, indubitably. And Frederick's not the only one with the the issue into turn 1.
No, I'm sure he won't be the last in it either.
No. Rolling start here for race number 2. JD, you're gonna be mired back in the field a little bit. Any strategy gonna go into this, or you just gonna balls to the wall, having won race number 1?
Well, I don't want to just toss it all away. It should be interesting with the really fast guys behind me yet. Everybody piling into that first corner should make it interesting. So I guess we'll just see kind of what happens. And if you guys go off and I get a few lucky spots, I'll take them tonight.
Well, good deal. Well, good luck to you in race number 2. And yeah, watch out for that 32 car.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
I mean, also, what's Matthew's? The 46 as well. He laid a pretty good spear.
Yeah. You know, and it's like we saw. You know, when you get that car rotated like that, you're going so fast. There's not much you can do.
Oh, then you drop a wheel in the grass, or like I think Fredericks mentioned he hit a curb. I mean, it's game over. You unsettle these cars on iRacing, and well, even in real life, that's it. I tell you what, let's grab someone different. We don't normally talk to. Since Kurt, I don't know if he's resetting his internet or what. Let's see if this guy has anything good to say. That would be Mr. Travis Bennett. Are you live with us, Travis?
Hey, what? Huh? What? Huh?
Somebody wake this man up.
Hi.
Travis.
Well, we couldn't find the pro winner, Travis, so we grabbed you.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Nowhere near a winner, but okay.
Well, the good news is, Travis, you're going to be starting what appears to be
possibly P1.
The
I don't
pole.
believe Jordaski finished, did he?
Yeah, no, I don't believe so. Yep. So you're looking at worst case scenario, 2nd place start here for race number 2. Any strategy taking place in your mind?
Well, just when you think you got the hang of it, the weather changes or the time of day changes, so I don't know what's going to happen. It only took me about 6 laps to get the hang of it and get in a rhythm, and just when I got that, I slid through the grass in turn 1. I guess tire fall off. And yeah.
Pulled a Fredericks.
And I got confused on the Mickey brothers. I'm like, watch out, Eric. Eric's like, what? And I meant to say Andrew. So either way, he would have been screwed if I hit him.
One Mickey's as good as the other. Don't tell him I said that, though.
Oh, no worry. Next time I'm just going to say, hey, Mickey brother, watch out.
One of the Milkos.
Just going to call him The Mickas.
Milka.
Well, best of luck in race 2 there, Travis. I believe it's going to be in the afternoon, so obviously grip will be at a premium, so it should make turn 1 just that much more enjoyable. So good luck with that.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try not to get ran out with a bunch of pitchforks and flame torches.
I mean, we got some time to kill. You got any shout outs you want to give? Any teammates?
Teammates, what's that?
I don't know. I
Oh,
thought you had teammates in this series.
I just decided to move from one league to another and really like the way it's being ran over here and looking for a long season. A long stay, I should say.
Well, we hope you stick around. You can maybe get some practice time in and, like you said, improve on race 2. So we'll look forward to that.
Thanks. I think I really need it.
There he is, your pole sitter for, well, tentative.
I think he's outside pole. I think Jordaski did actually get back out there because he's only 4 laps down. So.
Okay. Well, your tentative front row starter for race number 2. Looking forward to that. But yeah, more so inverted field for race number 2. It's going to be exciting, to say the least.
There's going to be some 4Xs, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Turn 1 is going to be fantastic. From our point of view, anyway.
We'll say only person which wasn't his doing was Richardson had 8 incidents in race 1. Well, the 4X really wasn't his fault. So
I was going to say
maybe bumped him up there.
Maybe 2 dropped wheels were him.
But you got to be careful though, because one more 4X and he would have been eliminated from the race. Oof. So that comes into play, especially with inverting the field. You get a couple contacts early on, kind of changes how you play the race. So,
indeed. Well, that being said, I think it's time for us to do the swap over because I need more coffee. And yeah. So your pro winner, overall winner, race number 1, Kurt freaking Crum. Hopes if I have the right driver selected. But yeah, coming in, I believe this is his 2nd win.
Third
win. So
at
far.
least third, I know.
After missing the first 2 races this season, he's come on pretty strong. He's I don't know. Once we get drop weeks, then he's going to be. Well, not that he wasn't going to be, but he's going to be a strong contender for the championship. Eric Mickey finishing 2nd. Antoine Tisdale 3rd place. And then, of course, we spoke to DeCousier. And then Saint Germain able to rebound to 5th after the Rainbow Kitty Cat Love Puff car had that little
issue. Rainbow all over the place there. So.
But yeah, so we're going to take a small little break. We're going to reset, get everything ready for race number 2. Hang tight, because it's always exciting. All right, boys, it's time. Race 2 at 2. Wednesday night, Homestead. It's happening, Morris. It's freaking happening, man.
They told me it would happen.
I didn't believe him.
And we got the front row right, at least. I mean,
It
that's
has
pretty cool.
happened. Yeah, the best thing about this, we get to bring them a grid. And as soon as I find that button, we're gonna do it.
Moves every week.
Boom! We got amateur Joe Darsky in the 78 car. He's your pole sitter for race number 2. We got Travis Bennett for what appears to be Lit Motorsports. He's rocking the 114 car, that Ray Brigg Ferrari.
That's what he told me. It sounded like he didn't have any teammates last race. I don't know. That's kind of odd.
Oh,
Dan Garber, John, I think that's Jonathan Hall.
yeah.
I'm just going to call him Hall because I'm not sure. Making up row 2, looking, trying to be sporty this race there.
Then we got the battle of the M&Ms. We got Andrew Milka and Thomas Mrazek, 5th and 6th.
Got the man who missed turn 1 and almost killed Bernie last race. Thomas Fredericks to his outside. Justin Richardson, the guy who did get killed in turn 1 last race.
Brian Son, Penguin RC Racing, and Butch Burney, round out your 9th and 10th place positions.
Rolling in 11th, got Matthew St. Germain looking to not make that mistake again this race, and JD to his outside. Got a long way to go, but he won race 1.
And then we have the finishers, strong as they are. Antoine Tisdale, he's rolling off 13th with Eric Mickle rolling off 14th. And then, of course, race winner Kurt Crum going to start, what would Trey say? Tail gun Charlie. I like to say shotgun
What did
Charlie.
Matt call it last week? Rolling up a hind teeth.
Yeah, the hind teeth. Matt and his, well, you know, Matt.
Canada.
Yes, we didn't have much time, but we did have enough time to set up a turn 1 camera. And I think it's going to come in real handy for this start right here. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's like Thomas Mrazek there on the pace lap trying to make some magic. But maybe showing these boys what's going to happen going down into turn 1. We'll see.
I'm looking for some excitement, maybe some different braking zones here, because some guys up front not quite on pace as the guys in the back. So
Yeah, no, we're definitely, we had well, before we do that, green's out. Joe Darsky is gone. And they are fanned out like crazy. Tisdale taking no prisoners.
oh,
We got
contact already.
Mrazek
Looks
and
like
Hall.
Mrazek around.
And that's going
Hall's
to be
flipping.
Tisdale.
Oh, we got contact again in front of Travis Bennett. Oh
Yeah.
boy, that's
Yeah, that's Dan Garber around there. Looks like he is, yeah, he's dead in the water back there. So,
that's gonna be hard to keep track of.
interesting turn of events. Justin Richardson already up to P2.
Looks
And,
like the Hall incident was Hall and was on the grass and kind of came back and had nowhere to go, and Mrazek was there and just turned him.
Indeed.
And Tisdale had nowhere to go. Jeez.
Well, the two green mean machines, they're yeah, they're sitting 2nd and 5th right now, respectively. As
For you,
wow, as Thomas Fredericks makes a power move around Andrew Mickey. Tisdale gonna follow.
Dan Garber fans, looks like he also came across the front nose. Well, came across the nose of Travis's car too, and that kind of got him spun. So there's some shenanigans as we predicted.
Shenanigans.
I don't think we predicted flipping, but you know.
Oh, more
It's gonna make the
contact
highlight reel.
from what appears to be Bernie and I believe Travis Bennett there. That turn 1's an animal, isn't it?
I mean, from what we saw in race 1, it's pretty heinous.
We got Kurt Crum back here. He's still in 12th. He's not been able to move up. That he might not be trying to move up.
Ooh, Eric Mickey runs wild a little back there. I think the problem here was if you were right around what happened and got through it, you made up a lot of time. But if you were behind it, you kind of had to stop and let it sort out. I mean, there was a car flipping in turn one, so.
Indeed.
And then after you got through the flipping, you had Dan Garber spun around, so it's kind of just a chain of reaction, wrecks and checkups, and obviously there's nowhere to go once you stop, so no cautions. So.
So most certainly a whole lot of checking up going on. But we'll get you back out front. Looks like Tisdale going to make his way around Thomas Fredericks for the P3 position. Fredericks being smart there as he is racing amateur class, and Tisdale being classified as pro.
Yeah, this is a pretty smart move. Got who's that? Andrew Mickey and Brian Song behind him, so just gotta stay ahead of them if you can. That'll keep Fredericks in the loop, which is easier said than done because Andrew's looking pretty good to those infield corners there.
Yeah, he was actually. Brian Song not looking too bad right now either.
No, he was kind of quiet in race one.
Ooh. As
brake fade there.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. That's going to allow Brian Song to, well, for a second, get a run there on Andrew.
Have to do that the long, hard way here. He might get the undercut. Just couldn't get cut under enough. Whew.
But back out front, we got a hard charge in Justin Richardson. He's half a second off of the leader, Joe Darsky. And
had some heads-up driving back there between Eric and Matthew St. Germain. That could have been a mess, but they made it through.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him up here this soon in race number 2, but yeah, Richardson P2 on lap 4.
Overall, for race 2, this is the best those two green cars have been
ever
all season.
Yeah,
because they don't normally get to run this far up in race 2 because of the inversion, but. Like you mentioned it, Justin didn't have to start at the back. He kind of got to start mid-pack, so that definitely helped him.
Indeed, we know he's used to winning at least one of these races, so you can only imagine he's pretty hungry right now.
Yeah, so was that guy in that 78 machine though. Didn't have a good race one, so he's looking to rebound.
Oh, more contact. Andrew Mickey, Brian Song, Travis Bennett in it. Crum and Eric Mickey able to get through. Looks like they were also able to make their way around St. Germain through that.
Looks like... Oh, Andrew just got loose on the power and hooked Brian there. And then Travis had nowhere to go. Eric actually lost his hood for about 10 milliseconds there.
And they just reached up in there and stuck it back on. But, yeah, so move Kurt Crum up to the 7th position with St. Germain. Going to be slated 8th with Eric Mickey 9th.
Man, this race has had a little bit of everything.
And back up front, Richardson has made his way around Joe Darsky. We got a new leader.
I keep forgetting Jordaski's not pro anymore, so he is the top AM guy. He had been pro so long, they moved him back down to AM, and now he's looking pretty as the first AM.
Yeah, sitting pretty. But not too much further behind these two, we got Antoine Tisdale. He's rocking that 3rd position with Thomas Fredericks just looking to survive this race.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Ha, ha, ha. Wait, some song like that. I don't know. In any event,
Close enough.
We got the Bernie DeCouger battle back here. It looks like DeCouger just disappeared.
Looks like... Yep, connection again.
That's rather unfortunate.
Might be able to rebound. It's going the wrong way. Come on, Canada. Ooh, no. Either way, that's going to free up a spot for Kurt here. Unfortunately, he lost his draft off of him. He's going to have to rely on Bernie for the draft now. That's, well, with drop weeks, it's not going to be crucial, but it's going to hurt him for the points this week if JD can't get back in the room.
And,
the 20 connection, probably not.
With the race 1 win, it's not gonna kill him, but it's not gonna
kill him, but it's not gonna help him.
Yeah, it's not going to make it any easier.
Especially when you get, I mean, there's nothing worse than getting kicked by internet. I mean, you'd rather get wrecked than just a flat-out kick from your internet provider.
Absolutely.
Of course, we don't know what kind of internet package you had. I mean, you could,
We're going to go
should
on
get out there
board.
and vote.
Yeah. Excuse me. We're going to go on board with Kurt Crum here. He's P6 overall after starting dead last, so solid move in the right direction for the 11 car.
Kind of what we see every week out of him, really. You know, in race 2, normally he's a little bit further up, and like we said, a little bit harder to do tonight from the back of the field. So I think he'll be happy with a 5th or 6th place finish if he can get by Bernie here. Can tell you too, JD has, well, for the iRacing terms, he's fell out of the room. His connection went to a quality that couldn't support him in the room anymore. So. Tough break.
Indeed.
Man, those onboards, you can hear these cars sliding around in the infield.
Yeah, that's one thing that iRacing definitely got right, was the onboard cameras. They are very nice.
I still love the little computer screen for the rear view mirror there.
Oh, it's great.
We just change the channel when you get bored. Or maybe just watch a previous race stream while you're racing.
There it is. All right, just fucking, you know, dial up OCR TV right there on your rear view camera.
So we got Andrew Mickey headed to pit lane here.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of damage on that Bombshell Motorsports Save the Ring Ferrari.
Looks like it needs a little saving tonight.
Indeed. A car that doesn't have any damage on it, though. This NVIDIA machine of Joe Darsky. P2 overall right now, amateur class leader. He's,
Kurt's... Whew, that was close. Kurt made the move on Bernie. Sorry there.
Yeah, so move Kurt up to P5 overall. Looking pretty good. It's a solid points night for him.
Yeah, a couple of these guys are, well, from race 1, it's kind of same old for some of them, but, you know, like you said, Fredericks and even Jordaski, you're going to get good points regardless, so that's what they need.
Indubitably.
Even Bernie, I mean, I think you hate to see someone fall out, but they're like, oh man, the point leader fell out, yay!
Oh, man, as we say that, Kurt Crum disappeared.
Again.
I believe he's back, though. Welcome back. There he is.
Some rare connection issues for some guys tonight. Quality-wise, too, not ping, so I don't, a lot of times that's not on your end, you know?
Very true.
Internets and whatnot.
The intrawebs is a interesting thing.
Well, unfortunately, because of all that lap, like, well, not even lap 1, turn 2-ish melee, the field is quite strung out.
They are definitely strung out. I think the closest battle right now is going to be Bernie and Crum. But we can only imagine.
That gap's going to open, I would assume.
Yeah.
Now, Matthew St. Germain might reel in Bernie here.
We will roll on his roll bar as he tries to do that. You know, I'm
Notice
thinking.
one thing too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, after you.
Well, I was gonna say, normally the first race is done after nap, 40-minute practice. I just noticed this kind of catch up eye. This when you come in for this room, it doesn't have quite the rubber laid down either. So I don't know if that changes how the race plays out, if the car handles better or worse. So.
Well, you can imagine it with the dynamic racing surface. You can imagine that it would affect it, but I don't know. It's been almost 2 years since I've driven a car.
Well, I thought you were going to mention the dynamic tracks. It's been almost 2 years since it's been out, and it took a year to get it right. So,
And then another 9 months to actually turn it on.
Yeah, you'll have that in those pro sessions.
Yeah,
I just kind of, I never really thought about it. We've done it all season long, but the first race gets a 40-minute practice plus a qualifying and then a 20-minute race.
St. Germain a little bit out of shape coming into one there. Now, looking at this gap between Bernie and Crumb, it does not appear to be opening up that much.
Oh, let's see. Kurt ran a 15.8 to a 15.5, 16.5 from Bernie, so it's not terrible. This is a couple missed apexes here and there. We'll have to head down to our turnologist to get all the correct apexes here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no incredible battles right now on track. Maybe we do a, guess maybe we'll just showcase a couple of them. I don't know. There's no Bathurst.
Well, I mean, you know. We'll say, did Eric... That battle looks closer than it was between Eric and Saint Germain.
That looks about a 1.2 second gap.
That wasn't a gap before. I think Eric was behind him. Oh yeah, Saint Germain went off in turn 1 a little bit, maybe?
Okay, well, that's 2 laps in a row. Unfortunate for him.
Oh no, he got even more out of shape. I don't know what you'd call that. On the long straightaway before you get back on out of Homestead 2 there, good save though. He got wicked out of shape. That's what allowed Eric to get by. I was like, how did Eric end up in front of Saint Germain? Try to get the tires a little upset there on that rainbow kitty cat Ferrari there.
Ferrari.
Your next battle might be Tisdale and Jordowski if he can continue his current pace. That's a 16.7 to a 15.8, so I'd say he's a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and with that being said, he's about 3 car lengths off of him.
So we have to judge your braking points too.
Yeah. And with 5 laps to go, time's running out. And yeah, it looks like Justin Richardson has set out to a 4.5 second lead over Jodorowsky here in the 78. Justin's teammate Tisdale, though, he's about to be locked into battle with the 78 car. Right behind these guys, we got a Thomas Fredericks holding on to P4. Looks like he hasn't blown turn 1 yet this race.
Still running pretty decent lap times in the 15s. I mean, he ran a 10th slower than Tisdale last lap, so that's pretty impressive.
Indeed. We got Kurt Crum back here rocking P5 after starting 15th. About 2.5 seconds back, we got Bernie. He's looking pretty good for a top 10 here. Then Eric Milka. He's about 4.5 seconds behind Bernie. Another 3 back to Saint Germain in the Kitty Cat Rainbow Love Puff car. Can love saying that.
Ooh, turn 1 claimed another one as Jodowski went off, trying to hold off the advances of Tisdale there.
And that allows the 32 of Thomas Fredericks to close that gap.
And this is the battle for the AM win as well. So,
well, good news is we've got us a battle. Bad news is, well, I don't think there is any bad news. We got us a battle.
Bad news is if you're the 78, you've got 4 more laps to go. So, and your competition is in drafting range to try and make something happen. So. Well, here's the bad news. You have to hit turn 1 4 more times.
Oh,
so.
That's true.
And you just missed it last time, so that's always a little precautious the next time.
Now, obviously, Morris, you have marks that you want to hit, but if you're worried about missing it, do you still charge it, try to hit your marks, or do you back it up a little bit, and make sure you get to it safely?
I mean, this is the second race. You've been in this over, what, 30 laps now? Almost 30 laps. So, I mean, you know where your mark is. You just kind of misjudged it. I think, obviously, he was trying to outbrake Tisdale as well, stay in front of him. So I think you've learned your limit there. So you go back to what you were doing before. If you're Fredericks, this is where you have to step over your comfort zone if you want to get the win. Because if you break at the same braking mark as you feel comfortable at, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be aggressive. You're just going to be normal. So maybe figure out through this hairpin there, try and get a better run here. Turn 1's where you really want to try and make the sneak move, but it's going to be so hard to hold it underneath someone, obviously, with the speed you're carrying. So.
Indeed, is
You
weird.
can make it work, but we've seen Fredericks in turn 1 last race, so
Yeah, and
we're a good run this time though.
Yeah, we're watching the battle for the amateur class win here as Fredericks takes the look going into 1.
Ooh. Man,
He's
that's
there, a
great.
little bit of slide and works. So far, anyway, he does get around
Ooh,
Jodarski.
Cooks that corner a little bit. Now if you're the 78, you're gonna learn from that and be like, well, I can do that too.
Yeah, and with 2 to go, you got a little bit of time to figure it out. But don't look now, and I don't know if he's got enough time, speaking of time, but we got a Kurt Crum just coming into the picture there.
Man on a mission. Actually didn't get his last lap counted there, so I'm gonna say it was pretty quick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pro win might be blown out with Justin here, but it's nice we got the AM win just still within, half a second of each other. So
Indeed, yeah. Justin Richardson with a 5.6 second lead over his teammate Antoine Tisdale there. The Mean Green Machines. They came to Homestead looking to do work. It looks like they did that work.
I think it's great that you get to learn first names. Ooh, is Jordowski definitely got an arrow wash there. Couldn't learn first names by reading the points.
Yes.
So we didn't know who first names were because of the way the names are laid out. As Jordowski. Woo.
Way out of shape.
Oh, Fredericks
Fredericks
also
goes
over
off.
Cooks.
That allows Kurt to catch up to the back bumper of Jodarski.
He's like, what are these numbskulls doing up here?
And this is your last lap.
I feel like we should be like NBC and have a last lap sponsor.
Yeah. This last lap brought to you in part by Scotty Small Engine Shop.
Oh, that's not a thing anymore.
Oh
so
yeah, well.
we ran that one out of business. Either way, like you mentioned, the dominant performance from the the one green car. The other green car had a dominant run up through the field.
As they come onto the back straightaway to take the last 3 corners. Looks like Justin Richardson going to take home your overall win tonight. Race number 2. Pro class driver. We got Antoine Tisdale. He's going to take home P2.
Looks like Fredericks is going to hold him off for the AM win. Going to be, what, P3 overall.
We got Richardson with the pro win, as we see the 2 Mean Green Machines. I like how they have the different flags on the wings.
Well, I mean, you got to have your nationality. So.
Indubitably. But the 1 car, the 470 car, dominating performance here in race number 2. Kurt coming to say, hey guys.
Buzz the tower a little bit.
And then, yeah, so I do kind of like how they're taking the lap around here.
Well, normally it is pull over and quit, so
Yeah.
that makes it hard for us.
Kind of like Fredericks, as he appears to be dead at the entry of turn 1.
He's just getting his photo.
Getting his photo.
He likes to take those glamour shots. So.
Yeah, well, he's a glamorous guy. But, yeah, congrats to him. Congrats to Justin Richardson there. Oh, as he's attempting donuts.
That's hard to do with traction control. So,
I was going to say, that's not a Mustang. What's wrong with you?
what I think you have to put the pit limiter on, and that might cut it for a little bit, and then you take it off and do your burnout. So.
And by Mustang, I mean like Fox body Mustang. I'm not talking about this new stuff they have. That's not a Mustang.
It's Ford Performance.
It's a pissed off Ford Taurus.
More like a Fiesta. A Festiva.
But yeah, amateur class
Oh,
winner.
boy.
Thomas Frederick's doing what he does best. Not really sure what that is, but he's doing it.
Well, hair product missing pit lane and sometimes winning amateur races.
Hair's so hard, they could weld it to steel.
Not sure where you're going to go with that one, but okay.
Yeah, I wasn't
What do you,
either. It
what
just,
do you say we grab our pro winner?
let's do it. It's
Well, this is not normal Wendell, but he's your pro winner in race 2 tonight.
indeed a turn of events, an unfortunate event there in race number 1. Caused him to start mid-pack for race number 2, but it didn't take long. Richardson, tell us a little bit about your race, bud.
Race 1, I don't need to tell you how much it sucked.
Yeah.
That's the race I consider the real race each week. That's where you qualify, where you should be. I made a mistake, I think more than one, and you guys know what happened in the end, so it just capped off a terrific race for me. Race 2, I just knew I had to get by Saint Germain, because towards pretty much most of the race, last race, he was on my ass if I slipped up, so I knew he'd be tough to get by, so I got lucky at the start. I guess after that, I just caught the guy, I forget what his name is, Jadarski, and passed him, and I guess that was it. I just made sure I didn't make the same mistakes I did in the first race.
I was going to say, it looked pretty easy to overcook turn 1, especially in this race where the, what was it, afternoon instead of morning. So definitely like a little lower grip conditions out there for some of the guys.
There's no grip. I mean, your race 1, I found out in practice, you can brake pretty much after the apex where the tarmac changes color is where my braking point was. So what was that? The pit exit. And this race, I'm braking before I even hit the apex off the oval. Like, it was terrible. And then pretty much I felt like I was on Disney on Ice the rest of the lap.
Well, you made it look pretty good there. You and your teammate again, 1-2. That's the second time this season you guys have accomplished that, so it's going to feel pretty good.
Yeah, the Mean Green Machines.
Yeah, he came up a lot quicker. He came up further than I thought. I mean, I thought Mickey and Kurt, even though I know Antoine's potential, I thought they would fly by him, because this seems to be at least Mickey's style of racing these ovals, and I think I made it clear last season I detest them. So I'm pretty happy with his finishing position.
I think you'll see why if you go and watch the replay. There was some shenanigans in turn 1 with some flipping cars and whatnot. So
yeah, I think it actually helped me in turn 2 and 3, that little sequence. Someone went up and over another car, and I guess he touched my tail end, but he went through my car, or else that would have been the end of my race, because I got a 4X on the extra 3 when that car went over.
Well, Wendell, he had a tough race 1, but he rebounded in race 2 there.
Yeah, it's either race 1 or race 2, but one way or another, we're gonna have Richardson in the booth with a trophy.
But, I don't know. I should say to you guys that Sunday I leave for Hawaii, so I will be missing next week. If you don't
shucks.
mind, if I'm back at my condo during next week's race, if you don't mind somebody in the booth, maybe I'll pop in. But it's pretty disappointing, because my teammate told me what next week race is, and that's my favorite race. Last season in the BES, my team won all 3 BES races that weekend, and I won the 2 of them for our team, the 2 later Saturday and Sunday races, and that's my favorite track. So I'm pretty disappointed.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sure you're not sorry.
Yeah, Tropical Island. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I think I'd take that over the race victory. So
yeah, I gotta thank SCRS for my trip. It's my championship winnings I'm taking with me.
we're renegotiating your contract.
So you're swimming there, okay? But No, Justin, again, congrats winning race number 2 here tonight. But before we let you go, let's get them shouts.
Yeah, thank Javier and all my teammates at Positive Sim Racing and Antoine for doing so well so quickly. He hasn't been racing for quite a while, and I invited him into the league, hoping to get him back into the swing of things, and I think he's picked up pretty quickly, like I knew he would. So it's nice to have somebody in here with me that I know, other than I obviously know Thomas and a couple other guys in here, and Alfred I invited in, but those guys, and I think that's it just for this week. You guys enjoy next week, and I might pop in to say hi if you don't mind.
Yeah, we'll be around.
All right, then I will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Sounds like a plan. There he is.
Pop in Hawaii. I don't think I'd take the time to do that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Like, I'm on the beach. I don't know if I can scroll over here to that.
Look, it's yeah, sorry. I can tell you right now, Morris. You get a chance to go to Hawaii. You're pressing buttons.
Yeah. I might get in the suitcase with you.
I'd be sitting on a beach. In any event, yeah. So Richardson taking home race number 2 win tonight. There are so many buttons to press. They're nice looking buttons, though. I guess it's time to get the best hair in SCRS.
Well, that's only because I'm not in it right now. So.
Well, naturally.
A natural blonde.
But speaking of best and speaking of hair, we got him. Thomas Fredericks, P3 overall tonight, amateur class winner, race number 2. Thomas, tell us about your race, bud.
Well, I have to, naturally have to start off with the last race and apologize to Butch there. Of all the cars that hit, I hit my championship contending teammate there, so he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's fine with it, but I felt pretty bad there. So even with this win, I have to start off and apologize to him. I was just along for the ride there. This race was your typical carnage you see at the beginning of these things, and somehow I ended up not dead. Honestly, I thought I was just going to finish second because Jadarski, I don't know his first name, he had such a big lead, and I don't know what happened when he got passed for second overall.
Well, turn 1.
Yeah, so it brought him back to me, and at the same time, I was like, I wrecked this guy at the Glen. Maybe I shouldn't be too eager to try to pass this guy. I need the points. Don't do something stupid. And then somehow we went through turn 1 and 2. Like, somehow we did it. So credit to him for not letting me kill him. So either way, yeah, it was fun. I like this race a lot better than the first, naturally speaking. So.
Well, we heard from Justin that this race was, what do you say? It was like being on the Disney on ice, pretty much, compared to race 1. So.
It was slippery. See, that's what helped me, because today the limited practice I did was on the afternoon, because I was like, if I can race it on the afternoon, I'm sure it'll be fine in the morning. So I was kind of used to how slippery it was, but honestly, it was even more slippery than I had remembered from practicing today. There's, that kink on the, I call it the infield backstretch there, that long backstretch before you come onto the actual NASCAR backstretch. There's that awkward kink there. Every time you'd go through there, you can just feel the rear of the car like lightening up. And I was just like, one of these times, I'm going to spin it. And riding behind Tisdale, I saw him just kind of getting a little sideways through there. And I was like, someone's got to spin through here. You have to. It's so slippery.
Well, I believe Andrew Mickey did. So.
Well,
Maybe Matthew St. Germain one time. He had an epic save there, I think. But all in all, like you said, a little carnage race too. Haven't seen it a lot recently. It's kind of tamed down, but definitely reared its ugly head again tonight.
Yeah, all I saw was, that's an awkward,
a terrible corner
compound there. Those little S's there, like you can barely go through there side by side when you're not stacked up. And I remember going through 1 and 2 on the restart. There was one car on its roof out wide, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then coming through that little awkward S there was another car that got flipped and rolled over. And I didn't end up in that one, so I was just like, all right, well, God didn't want me to go. God didn't want me to go today.
It's saving it for next week when you go to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for him.
Oh, yeah, no, I was done 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't have any more questions for the second best hair in the league.
Ooh.
Wait, who beats me?
I don't know, probably Bernie.
Oh, I just imagine Bernie having great hair.
Yeah.
The old man on the team.
All right. What are your shout outs so we can get you out of here?
I want to thank Mom for not answering my phone calls the last 2 weeks. Teddy for being his usual distraction, and I can't race in here without the door open anymore because God forbid he has to sit his ass right on my wheel.
Teddy.
It just big shout out to this whole amateur class. Honestly, this is all jokes aside. That's why I keep coming back, and all of us keep coming back. It's the ones that have stayed around, and even the ones that come and gone. It's a really good group of guys, so I look forward to trying to finish the season. I don't know if I'll be here next week, but I'm gonna
You
try.
going to Hawaii with Justin?
Oh, I wish. Yeah, he already told me that he was leaving, so I don't have as good an excuse. I have like 3 exams next week, so it just depends what I get done. But yeah, I wish I was going to Hawaii with Justin. So Justin, if you can hear me, take my test. Thanks.
Yeah.
Put his speed to him like he does on the track. You'll be good.
That's right.
It'll be fine.
Alrighty, there is your M winner there, folks. Thomas Fredericks
The T
Thanks, guys.
Freds.
with the Teddy.
Well, Morris, there's really not much else to say. We got
We covered the game.
It appears we have a CTM next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun track. That's another high speed, proper road course, you like to call it. So gotta get our passports in order for that one.
Indeed. Well, you got nothing else. Let's get the hell out of here.
Hit the buttons. I guess we'll see you in Phoenix on Sunday. But until then, you know what to do, Wendell.
Yeah, man. Phoenix Sunday night, 10 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. I'm pretty sure we're racing somewhere Monday as well.
Phoenix.
I can imagine it's Phoenix. Same time, different day. Join Morris in the booth. I'll be pressing buttons. But yeah, until Sunday night, hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it, your Thursday and your weekend if you're not. But like I said, until Sunday, we out.
Bye.
You